What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It is your boy, Mr. Piff, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted. Listen, I got something special going on right now. But look, before I even get into all of that, I want to give a special shout out, a special salute to all my listeners that's checking this out on the podcast. No matter what platform you listen to this on, I appreciate you and salute. I want to give another salute to everybody that's checking us out on YouTube. You should be checking us out right now. You should be checking us out right now on YouTube. If you're not checking us out, click the link, whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on, click the link. It's going to take you to the video, to the YouTube channel. Check us out. Look at how we drip down, because I'm chilling right now with the drip god. What's going on? I'm here with Principal Nance, fellow P-City representative, Pocomoke City, Maryland, where I'm from. You guys should already know that by now if you don't. But I want to give a shout out to my guy, my bro, my big bro, Principal Nance. What's going on, big bro?
Oh, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm glad to see you. Big shout out to you for everything you're doing for the community, your businesses, all your endeavors. It's inspiring. You know, I don't really care about age. When I see somebody out there grinding and doing what they do, hats off to them. So big shout out to the king, one of the kings in here.
I appreciate that, man. And right back to you, man, because this is something special, man. And look, before I even go there with the podcast, I got to stop because y'all heard what I said. I said the drip guy. So if you listen to this on the podcast, click the link because you're going to see what I'm talking about. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to see what I'm talking about, drip guy. My boy Taryn, you looking good, man. You looking real good. Like you said, age is not a number. That's when it comes down to taking care of yourself, when it comes down to being healthy, when it comes down to, you know, doing the proper things and the things that it takes to keep yourself and create longevity, I should say, you know, for yourself. So, man, you looking good, man. And the drip, and I see that. What is that right here? What is that right here, man?
So I started collecting up, you know, I'm a principal at the high school, and our mascot is a tiger. And so I got a bunch of tiger brooches that I've been finding here and there on the internet. So I try to just add a little accessory to the drip. I don't, you know, it's already loud enough with me as it is. So now I got to try to figure out little subtle ways to keep the drip going. So that's just one of the ways.
Okay. I'm feeling that, man. So listen, Principal Nance. So before I even get in all of this, man, again, congratulations to you. Salute, double salute for what you're doing, man. Like this, we come from a small town, man. Again, no backstories right now. I'm just gonna say from P-City, Pocomoke City, Maryland. But we come from a small city, and what you have done, not just what you've done, what you're doing, the inspiration that you apply to the youth day in and day out, man, I appreciate that. And it's an inspiration. And the question I want to ask you is, what got you to the point where you say, you know what, I want to inspire people. I want to inspire them at this level, you know, to be able to take these seeds that you planting to be able to go somewhere with it. What inspired you to even want to do that?
The main thing was just growing up in a small town in Pocomoke City and going through the school system. We didn't have many black male teachers, many black female teachers, you know, talking about assistant principals or the principals, there weren't many. And so once I decided to give my life, you know, to the youth as an educator, I knew I wanted to sit at the table at the highest level to make sure that my vision and what I want to bring to the school system from a black male's perspective is given that proper platform. And so becoming a principal was always the goal, and then superintendent obviously next, but making sure that I'm in a position where my voice, my vision, you know, is leading the way, along with collaborating with everybody else, but having my perspective as a young black man in our school system today is really important and critical for the future.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And hold on, man. I apologize, man. I didn't even see the top of the hat. My bad, man.
Subtle, this little subtle hits.
There you go. You said it. You said it, man. So I heard you mention superintendent in there. I heard you said superintendent. So that means that you still the hunger is the same way it was day one. It's the same right now.
Oh man, yeah. It's actually, I wonder if you experience the same thing. Like
Uh,
as I continue to rise, like the hunger is like even at a different intensity. Like because
okay.
I don't like I want to make sure that I'm reaching the highest level now that I've
Right.
attained some success. So I'm sure you experienced that as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. And listen, with again, like I said in my other episode, I ain't gonna make it about myself. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I really know that feeling of the growth, and then once you actually see something formulate, once you see a plan that let's just say too many people might not believe in it, but you stick with it and you continue to believe in it, and when you finally look back in a few years or a couple or whatever the time span is, and you actually see that growth, the hunger just start beating on the door. You get a
Yeah,
lot more, thirstier for it. So
yeah,
I see where you're coming from when it comes down to that. You're gonna have that drive, that passion to say, you know what, let's go one more gear. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
I feel what you're saying right there, man. That's hats off to that for sure. Because most people can get complacent when they get to the point where it's like, listen, I'm a principal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, I'm a principal, man. I'm gonna sit back, do what I gotta do, and just coast with it. And then get the complacency comes into play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I feel like I'm just getting started. It took me 10 years to get here. I remember my barber, one of my best friends, spiritual advisor, Woody Sharp. I
Uh-huh.
told him 10 years ago in the barber chair that, I'm gonna become a high school principal one day. And so to manifest that from 10 years and now here we are now, it's just a
Right.
testament to that growth and to that journey. But now that I'm here, like I got
Mm.
so many more things that I want to offer to the world. A bunch
Right.
of stuff I'm cooking up, just like gumbo, cooking it up real slow. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm ready to really show that the entire world that young Black men can really, if you give us the opportunity to
Right.
enter these spaces,
Mm-hmm.
what we lack in experience, we make up for a hustle and just that
Right.
grit and that determination and hard work. And so I'm
Mm-hmm.
just a testament of that. I don't have all the experience of a 10-year, 12-year administrator, but
Right.
in 3 or 4 months, I've made a culture and climate shift within
Mm-hmm.
our school and community. And so
Yeah.
it's just a testament to that, to what I said. You give us a shot, we gonna take it all the way to the top.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. And double salute again, because that was one of the next questions I was going to say is how did you even, when it comes down to the culture? Because listen, I mean, at the end of the day, so listen, I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it right now. It's the you, baby.
It's the
Did I say it
you,
right?
baby.
Did I
It's
say
the you, baby.
it right?
Yeah.
Double salute to the you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But hey, that's what I was going to ask you. That was one of the questions that I was going to bring up next. Is when it comes down to that whole culture situation. You know what I mean? Like you can tell no matter what it was, not to take anything away from the place prior to you coming. You know what I'm saying? But the point
Right.
I'm saying is, or what it seems to have happened is that once they injected you into it, we watched it blossom. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying too, and the culture is really the core of how it's really moving. So like, how did you even? I mean, was it just because I'm a principal, so I can make that stamp because I am the principal, or was it I need to get with everybody? I want to become a part of. Like how did you really? What was the grasp that you had to get to push that culture through there like that?
So I think I had a total of 5 interviews before they made the decision to hire me. And at
Mm,
each interview, like I felt like, because for so long in the public school system, I was in a box. I had to be a traditional shirt and tie, talk a certain way, and it wasn't never written, but it was unwritten. So
right.
when you sit at the table, once you make your first comment, depending on what come after that, you either gonna be quiet, feel like you can, really can be engaged.
Sure.
Most of the
Sure.
time, I just sat and quiet because I knew that my comments or my train of thought was so far different from the consensus. I didn't want to put myself on the spotlight. So when I decided to leave Maryland to go find my footing, when I had each interview, I told them straight up, you're gonna get the realest, rawest, most authentic Black male principal in the
Right.
country because that's just where I'm at now in my life. And so
Mm-hmm.
once I knew they were really on board with me in that way, I knew that just that energy and everything that I was, holding on the inside for so many years, I knew that once I was able to let it explode, that things were going to happen quickly. And so when I met the town and the community, all the good folks in Urbana, it was just their energy and them needing me just as much as I needed them. And then our school's called Urbana. So I was just saying it's the you. Like I'm going to bring something that's mine. So I just said,
that was you. Not to cut you off, but so that was you with the whole you baby thing.
Yeah. So what happened was I started just saying it's the you. Like it's the you. Like they're like, what that? It's Urbana. It represents me. That's my name, my blood on that. So it's the you. And then my father got roots in Florida and I got roots in New Orleans. So when we greet each other, I'm like, what's up, baby? Like, what's up, baby? And when I came out here, it really started to become thicker with my accent, I guess, because I'm in the Midwest now. So I was just like, it's the you, baby. And then my secretary, who I call boss, big shout out to my secretary, Cedar Kim, she spelled the word baby B-A-Y-B-E, which is how I phonetically say it. So I just kept saying every day, it's the you, baby. And then before you know it, the kids started saying it. And what happened was, this is the pivotal moment. So we had our pep rally. We had 1,200 kids outside. We got a bunch of games and stuff get ready to transpire. So a fight broke out in the stands. So I'm on the field getting ready to prepare for my little speech or whatever. And I see the fight break out in the stands. So I hop over the fence, break up the fight, push one of the dudes backwards so he's not in the fight no more. He jumps back over the fence. I jump back over the fence. I chase him down. I'm walking him off the field, to the office. So I get a call on the walkie-talkie. My associate principal said, Nance, we get ready to lose them. You got 1,200 kids, fight just broke out. That could be a real ugly situation. So I let him go with the police officer. I run back onto the field, start beating my chest. It's still the you, baby. I start doing cartwheels. I start going crazy. The crowd start going crazy. And I said on 3, I want y'all to say it. And on 3, it just hit, and everybody just screamed it out loud. And so from there, that's what it is now. So the community's bought into it. People getting their car wrapped. It's the you, baby. They got shirts and stuff being made.
Shirts and jackets and stuff.
I'm in talks with some people behind the scenes to, so it's a movement. Yeah. So it's definitely a thing. And, it's just a testament to, like I said, if you allow Black culture to truly exist in a safe space, those are the types of things we can produce just because of who we are, where we've come from.
Exactly, man. That's inspirational, man. And for my listeners, click that link, go to the YouTube channel, check us out, see what's going on. But I want that to be some inspiration, man, for our people. And when I say our people, I must just simply say it for the Black culture, man, for us. When you hear situations like this, when you hear how someone is able to impact multiple people in a positive way, because we see momentum all the time in a negative force, and what you're explaining and what you're saying right now is a person that was, if you technically look at it, an outsider, because you're outside coming in into a realm, and you were able to pull these people not by force, but through positivity, through listening, through being able to have a sense of humility, compassion, and empathy. And that's what happens. So to the people that's in their 15, 13, 15, 17, 19, 23, put that in your mindset, that all that negative momentum that you create, if you put it into something positive, think about what you really want to be in life and take a chance at it and push that momentum, push that fire that direction. Because you even said something earlier when you was like, everything that I was building up, I finally got that chance to be able to kind of get it out like that. You know what I mean? So when you said the build up, was that more of a personal build up, or do you mean as far as building up, like cooking up what you're trying to do, or do you mean like, nah, like personally I wasn't where I wanted to be, so I kind of took that chance? What you mean from that angle?
So it's a mixture of both. So coming out of high school, I thought I was a hot shot, thought I knew the world, thought I was going to, graduate college and make a lot of money. And what happened was, I failed college twice. I went to Coppin State, got up there. I'm a country boy going into the city. got up there, playing basketball every day, hanging around, and funked my first semester. So I came back home to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Then I started DJing, and once I started making some money, put money in my pocket every night, I was like, forget school. So I failed again. And once I had my kids, it was either I'm gonna be a statistic, a stereotypical black male coming from where we come from, or I'm gonna be something different. And so my kids were the inspiration for me personally to make the transition. And so what happened was I knew that I wanted to be an educator because I wanted to, give back to the kids every single day. And so that was definitely, coming from those places, it's just manifested now, like you said, in a positive way. So I'm using all of my experiences to really, inspire and impact kids. But on the professional side, the public school system is so, some places are so politicized that, like I said, you start to suppress the Black voices to the point where we don't want to teach anymore. We don't want to be educators anymore because of the organizational politics. And so that's the reason why I've been, trying to chase myself to get to a seat at the table where I can dictate the politics or get rid of the politics and say, you know what, if you got something to bring to the table, I want to hear your voice. And so I'm starting to have that transformation right now. But like I said, it just took so long because, every school district I was in had their own set of politics, had their own, dynamics. And so trying to learn that in real time while still trying to make an impact, it's a difficult balance. And so now that I'm, obviously the principal, I kind of, can really, have my word and have my say on how we're going to move as an organization, leading with love, leading to serve. That's the core of who I am. And so we're starting to see that in a positive way in our school climate and culture, especially when it comes to safety, because all of the kids who would be the ones who gonna do stuff, they done been in my office kicking it with me every day. And so when you have that type of principal who's scheduling 12 to 15 meetings a day with just students just to talk, when you walk through the halls, all you feel is it's the you, baby. And that's what you get in my school. Every class period, I'm in the hallways. I'm dripped out every day. So it's like, that's a part of the climate and culture. Because when they see me dripped out, they're like, yo, my principal, that's my principal. Like we have dance, we have little music at the end of some of the school days just to send them off in a positive note. So when you have those things impacting the climate and culture the way we've done, it's real easy. Like I said, my job isn't hard because the kids and the parents and the community have followed me and they know that I love them just as much as they love me. So it's been a beautiful thing to watch.
Man, dang, man. It's the you, baby. So what for people who said Urbana, for everyone who's listening that don't really know exactly that location, city, state, or whatever, where would you say that's located at, or where is that located, city, state wise?
So it's like central Illinois. It's like 2 hours from Chicago, literally. You can catch a train from Urbana and hit Chicago in about 2 hours. It's very diverse. Our school population is 33% Black, 36% white. We have a strong Asian population, strong Hispanic population. So it's really diverse. And that's one of the reasons why I decided that I wanted to go there, because of the diversity. And then when I got here to meet all of the beautiful people, it was just it was overwhelming because I wasn't expecting to have that many people, supporting me that early without me really putting my stamp on things yet. So now it's just continuing to grow, and I'm happy to be a part of that journey.
Right. Okay. So look, I'm gonna mention. I wanna get into. Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's travel, man. Let's jump in the time machine. We're gonna both go back. We're going to the same areas.
Right, that's right.
Like we're going to the same areas. So when you said you was mentioning those college situations, one of them you mentioned UMES. When you was there, you said you was getting that cheddar, right?
Yeah.
Living the crazy life. So look, you had and this is I'm gonna stay there because then I'm gonna go back a little bit further. So, but I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here for right now. So in this UMES time frame, DJing, spinning, doing your thing. I want to get to the point of how did you say, like, you know what, nah, this right here, because you would think, look at the statistics, getting it like that, and the lifestyle, the way that it's coming, the way that you know what I'm saying.
Right, right.
So it has to be, it had to have been like was it's something pivotal, I should say, that was like, nah, you know what I mean? Let me really do something, because most people at your age at that time frame, they feeling that's probably feeling like you are already doing something. You probably already feel like, shoot, this is what else, I'm doing my thing in comparisons to, you know what I mean? But
Right,
it
right.
looked like you had something else going on in there. So how did you jump from that type of that type of lifestyle, man?
I'll say a lot of it was spiritual. Just I'm deep in my faith, and obviously we go away from it and come back to it, back and forth sometimes. But it was always a part of me, even when I was out, doing my thing with the DJing thing, that wanted to, wanted my name to mean more than just, when you say my name, like I don't want it just to be, oh, he was a DJ at UMES, case
Right,
closed,
right.
whatever, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
like I always wanted, I always believed that, my story was bigger than just that. But
Right.
again, like you said, I got to the point where I was making 350 a night just for an hour or two. And I had a whole team. So, to touch that type of money in a couple of hours,
Right.
not, just off your business acumen alone, it was definitely difficult to walk away from. But at the same time, it was like, it got to a point where I was just tired. I'm up all night, sleeping all day. I'm not doing anything progressive. I basically got the same setup Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. So it's like, at some point, during that time, it just became redundant, and then the money slowed up, and so it's like, okay, what you gonna do now? You didn't graduate school, you funked out again, so now you back in the same place, you back at home in Pocomoke, and with no future. So it was like,
Right.
from there it was like, well, I got to do something else, and I knew that school was something that I was good at. I just wasn't applying myself, and so once I went to Warwick Community College and told my advisor that I was going to lock in and be a 4.0 student, honor student, the rest is history. I just, I continue to soar, and, I'm working on my last degree, which is my doctorate degree. And so
Hmm.
I should be finished that. Graduation is in May of this year, 2022.
Okay,
So,
okay,
so
okay.
that'll be the pinnacle. And then, we'll see what happens after that. But it's been a grind. I came from the transit bus to where I am now. So it's been a grind, baby.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. That yo, so and bruh, this is on listen, man. Listen, I'm inspired, yo. Like, even more, and first and foremost, I'm like I have even more respect, again, double salute to you, bro, because I mean, it's even more respect just having the for because again, taking your time out of your day, you know what I mean, to sit down and chop it up, and then be able to just be this open and candid about everything, gives, man, this gives people inspiration. If they and again, age, like I said in the beginning of this whole thing, age is not even an issue or obstacle what we're talking about right now, because no matter where you are in life, push yourself. No matter where you are in life, keep going. So, bro, this is like what you doing, what you did and what you're doing is inspirational, man. And that spiritual thing, I'm not really one. I don't talk. I mean, I would say that I am myself. I'm a person that anybody that really knows me to the depths, which I guess now you'll know on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But I typically get like 6 prayers a day. That's usually my standard for myself, as far as trying to stay to my core, stay center line with my faith and my beliefs, and like and never and be relentless on that. I try to get 3 in the morning and 3 at night, and throughout the day, of course, through my travels, throughout whatever, I'm praying for myself, my travels, my mercy, my people, everybody else. So it'll end up being more than that. But as far as ones that I consciously get into and really sit back and try to get deep into, and then I have these early morning sessions where I get up 4:35 in the morning at times, and really just in the dark, no cell phones, no laptops, no lights, no nothing, just in the shower, and I'm even listening to the shower beads hit the ground, or hit the bottom of the shower, and having that one with yourself and one with the higher power, whatever that belief is, whatever your belief system is. It's really just, in my opinion, let me say that, in my opinion, it's really just a way for you to keep that core with yourself
That's powerful.
in a way, So, I want to just throw that in there with what you said. But I also want to get into like where we're from, and when you talk about like, we're both from that city. We both talk about it. We both rap it. We'll hashtag P City. You know what I mean? We'll talk about Pokemon. We go back, of course, all of that good stuff. But we don't live there. You know what I'm saying? And I have a sometimes I have a lot of discussions, with that in regards to, should you leave, should you not leave, and things of that nature. And, I'm never one to say that you should, you have to go. I'm never one to say that you can't make it. Cause yeah, I'm pretty sure you, just like me, feel no matter if you picked us up and dropped us off anywhere on God's green earth.
Hustle, early, hustle all day, no matter where we are.
No matter, so with that being said, then I can get the concept and the theory of, if I stay here, I could be okay. I can do what I have to do. But when you think about the surroundings, when you think about the opportunities and the grasp of them, where we are or where you are in that space, what would you say to people back home, people in Pocomoke that and I'm talking about again, no age,
Right.
just for anybody that says, listen, man, did moving or is moving really the move?
Right.
Or can I, if I plant here, am I gonna be good? Or is moving really the move? What do you feel from that standpoint?
So the first thing came to my mind is one of your videos where you were walking through, I think, Walmart. You was working on one of your contracts, and you had on like a regular, typical ball cap, polo. I think you might have had some jeans on and some J's. Typical outfit that we were rock.
Yeah.
But you the boss. You the boss.
Right.
So you had said, I think, that like a couple people or somebody trying to say something to you, like, we're closed or whatever.
Yeah, the auto center.
Yeah, and you like look at you like, do you not know? Like, basically, I don't want to stun on you, but
right,
it's Cropper. That's me. Like, I am the owner. I'm the CEO. I'm whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And so my thought is, like, would you be able to attain that same, platform if you stayed in Pocomoke?
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, I don't think so, because of the small conglomerates that control, the industries, especially because you're trying to become something that's up there with John D. Like, you're trying to become, something. And again, I seen that from you from day one when you first started this. So I understand where you're trying to go. I don't believe you can become a John Deere in Pocomoke. And so it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Now, everybody can't be the boss. I know we love the boss talk. We love it to death, but it's just not for everybody. You have the architects, but you have to have the builders. Right. And because of your self-awareness, which I salute that, because at your age, I wish I had the self-awareness that I do now. So your self-awareness early on allowed you to say, you know what? I know that whatever I'm trying to become, I can't do it in this location. Right. And so I would just tell the person who's listening, who's wondering, you have to think about your end goal. If your end goal is to become the Walmart of your industry, then Pocomoke, those areas like that, it's gonna be, I ain't gonna say impossible. It's just limiting because of the opportunities that you want to get. I see your videos all the time where you get different contracts and different things like that, where it's no beef. It ain't nobody like, trying to run down you or sandbag your business.
Right.
But in Pocomoke, you might run into some politics and with local and state governments trying to, stop your construction with various fines and stuff like that. So to see you in your arena doing what you're doing at the level that you wanted to do it on, that just shows me that, yes, if I want to become that Walmart, John Deere, Nike, then Pocomoke might not be the venue for you, but you can still find success in Pocomoke. It's just going to look different.
Right. Absolutely, man. And for the ones who actually are okay with that, then yeah, by all means, do your thing there. You know what I'm saying? But you hit on some, man, you hit on some strong things right there, some strong topics, or some strong pointers, I should say, with that, because that's absolutely right, and that's the way I look at it. And and I'll break it down, again, for the listeners. Check this out. Check this out. But even to us in a small on a small scale, I would break it down for something like, for example, a camera installation. Let's say that I'm doing a residential camera installation. I'm doing 4 cameras. So I got to a point when I first started in this, with actually saying, okay, I'm gonna be doing specialize in doing cameras. I was taking pretty much whatever, whoever would, whatever you would suggest, or I have a price. You gonna always lowball you, undercut you, and you gonna take it because you know how it go. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But that mentality right there is the mentality of the person that would be doing that business in Pocomoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mentality of a man, of someone who doesn't really see the bigger picture of, let the little fish go and get the big fish later. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Right.
so having that whole mindset again, right now, if I would do a 4 camera installation or something like that, my mentality would say, all right, I don't want nothing less than $800, $1,000 on the job or whatever I'm doing. So if you take that and transition that to Pocomoke, what is the odds that 5 people are going to say, I want 4 cameras done?
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? The
Right.
odds of that is going to be low. So yeah, you can do it. Now, it may take you 3 months to get another installation for somebody that can do that. So now, is that business going to be sustainable? You might have the best idea. You might have the best game plan. You might have the best business model. You might have all the motivation, all of the tools, everything to get it done. But the economy and the people around you and the consumers around you can't even afford what you're trying to do. So
Right.
now when you lowball yourself or go down lower on your pricing, and then you say, okay, I'm going to do this to accommodate everyone that's around me. Well, that does the manufacturers that you're buying your systems from, and the prices and the cost that it costs to get the job done doesn't change. So now you're taking a loss or taking less to try to win. So again, that's really, I learned that a long time ago. I mean, that's just on a small scale. I mean, even for people, even if you want to go to the hood, I'm gonna take it to the hood right now and not even say no real logistics, but just everything I just said. If you take that and put that into the mindset of, if I got this and grabbed this and moved that and did this and did that, that whole mentality is the exact same thing, just on this side.
That's
So if
right.
you really know how to make one turn to two, two turn to four, four turn to eight, if you know how to double, triple, quadruple, and be able to cut back as you do that, which is what you do. And when you're doing what you're doing and the block, and you're cutting back, cutting back to make more, make more, to that's what you're doing. So
Yeah.
if you can do that, then take the time to do it in a way where you're not looking like this over your shoulder every
Yeah.
every time you turn around. So that's my mindset, and that's where I look at it when it comes down to that whole idea of, well, why you saying I can't survive? I'm not saying you can't survive in the city, and that's any small town. That's not just Pocomoke. That's any small town that you living in, and you have a bigger city right across. You have a bigger city 2 hours away, or
Right.
you can move 5 hours away and create the idea of what you really wanted, what you really. That's what happened with me with moving to Atlanta and moving down here. And to be honest, I pivoted. I made a pivot move, while I was down here, because initially I thought I was gonna come down here and be a rapper or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I thought, okay, I'm gonna do that. And then I went to school. I was gonna go for audio engineering to try to do all this mess, to try to record music myself, and do
Right.
the independent thing. And when they taught me in the IT, that's I went in that field and went to network engineering. But and that's all she wrote. But I say all that to say, no matter where you from, no matter where you are, if you're in a smaller space or a smaller area, just do the math. Don't get your feelings involved. Don't feel negative when somebody tell you something that's not gonna work. Is this? Do the math. Look at what's around you. Just be smart and do something
Uh,
different with yourself.
Nah, you're right. And I was thinking about, it's the same parallel from your experience to the block and to me, because it's the same thing. you look at the number of black male principals under 40 in the country. You know what I'm saying? It may be 1%, 1.5%. It may even be less than 1%. So for me to be 36, well, for me to have been 30 and wanted to be a principal, that wasn't going to happen on the shore. Because the typical age was 40 to 42, especially for the high schools, and it was typically white males at the high schools. And so it's like, with me seeing that already, you know, am I going to fight the politics and, you know, get an opportunity to interview and blow them away, you know, off of one interview? I could, but it's like, what's the like you said, do the math. What's the chances of me really being 36 as a high school principal on the shore? You know, and especially doing it the way I want to do it, because I tell anybody, I'm nothing like a traditional principal. I don't talk like one, I don't dress like one, I don't act like one, I don't think like one. You know, and so it's like, to be able to be me on the shore as a principal, as a superintendent, I did the math. It was just like, it wasn't going to happen. And then when, you know, I was a teacher and I'm already being placed in, you know, boxes, you know, I'm only dealing with the bad black kids, or, you know, the parents that nobody can deal with. And, you know, all these different things that, you know, which are fine with me, but it's like, I'm not getting paid 6 figures to be an administrator. I'm in the classroom. So it's like, you know, but then once I try to go after that, it was always, you know, the doors being closed for whatever reason. And so it's like, at a certain point, you do the math, you're like, you know what? I got to give the shore. Unfortunately, I got to leave the shore, because I want to become something more than what the shore will allow. And again, we rep the shore. No one can ever say we don't rep P City. Like I tell people, I'm from Pocomoke City. I'm not from Baltimore. I'm not from DC.
Exactly.
No disrespect. I'm from Pocomoke City, Maryland. That's just what it is.
We city all day. Yes, sir.
But at the same time, it's like you said, you know, I wanted so much more at such a young age that I knew that, you know, if I wasn't going to hit these numbers, you know, doing the math at a certain age, then I got to look elsewhere. And so it hurt me, but because like I said, who want to, you know, if you want to be a principal and you when we grew up, who wouldn't want to be Pocomoke High School principal, or you know, Washington High, or you know, Wild High principal? Like that would
be that's the ultimate.
That's the ultimate, right?
That's the, like you said earlier, that's the pinnacle.
That's the pinnacle. So I'm saying that to say I tried. I gave it 1,000% effort to try to put myself in position. I got 5 degrees. You know, I've been in every field. I got every, you know, certification. I'm certified in 6 states. So it's like I've done everything I could do to show the Eastern Shore of Maryland that, you know, if you put me in position to be in charge, the kids, the community, it's gonna be you're gonna get benefits beyond the school.
Right.
And so unfortunately, you know, I had to leave, and Urbana High School now, and the community is feeling the benefits. And, you know, I appreciate them giving me the space to like I wear a sweatsuit on a wing. Like I have complete autonomy. As long as I'm putting the numbers up on the scoreboard, basically,
right.
They've given me the freedom and platform to say, you know what, the kid, listen, you just keep doing what you do.
Yep.
And so it's scary sometimes, because you come out that box and you're looking over your shoulder like, what is somebody gonna tell me to turn it down, or, you know, not do this or not do that?
Right.
So, but as of yet,
it's right, because look, that shows again, that's the character, that's what it takes to be able to be one of those type of people, that, you know, you have what it takes, because listen, you, like you said, clear, free range, basically, and it's not like you're going in there doing some wild, foul out stuff. All you're doing is being yourself and letting it shine and pour out on other people. So that right there in itself, again, that's one of those things where most people, a lot of people, you said it earlier, everybody don't have that. Everybody doesn't have that type of charisma, that mentality, you know. Even when you're saying do the math, and I'm gonna say this too, a lot of people say that, I mean, we saying do the math, and a lot of people can say, well, you know, I don't have those opportunities, or I didn't have. Listen, man, we both telling you, you know, if you from where we from, you know, you know where we stay, you know. So don't say it can't happen. Don't say that you can't do it. Don't say that, because you just have to, you know, find a way, make a way. We both made a way, and we both still trying, you know, and for myself, my goal, man, like, you know, on a financial scale, which you know, not to get too, you know, get too much in that, but who's not to say that don't want the most, or want the maximum of what they can achieve, you know? So yeah, I want my name, and not my name, but my name, you know, my brand,
Right.
to have that same impact, like you said, the Walmarts, the John Deere's, the Nikes. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I shoot for all of this stuff that I want, but I don't want millions? You know, like, it comes hand in hand. So people, when a person's shooting for it, or they're grinding, or they're promoting, they're doing whatever it is they're doing to attract, remember that it's a goal and a set path that they have to what they're trying to achieve, you know. And a lot of people need to get that, you know, apply that, you know.
Yes.
So take that and move it, you know. Don't say that you can't because of where you're from. um and then, you know, people will also look at you years later, you know. And I, you know, I'm pretty sure you probably experienced this. I mean, I definitely experienced it. But you know, years later, um you recognize, or you see those moments, or you sense that feeling and that vibe, you know, of how this nigga do it, you know what I'm saying? Or why how he, like, what the, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell the dude that was, no, him, and I was the one with all the, you know what I'm saying? But nah, see, we kept grinding, we
Yeah.
kept moving, and we still, see what I'm saying? It's like, so keep pushing, man. To everybody out there, man, keep pushing. Don't stop, and don't think where you from. Yeah, like you said, you stay there, you there, but you can get somewhere else and do something completely different with your life and become the best version of yourself.
And to me, it's all about your perspective on when you hear or read or how you understand things, because I look at everything you produce content wise as inspiration.
Mm.
I never once looked at anything you did as if you were showboating or trying to be, you know, you're not on the gram flashing, you know. And
Right,
again, even if you were to, let's just say, even if you were to do that, I would still understand as inspiration because I know where you come from.
right.
I know what I know. I hear that hunger and grit and everything you do. But if you on a different perspective, and like you said, and you reference it, how did, you know, who is he? Like, how, then, like I
Yeah,
said, you got to
yeah,
get your mindset right, because you can ask Markel those questions on how to get it, and the game is free. Like, I will give we give,
facts.
it's free. Like, I want you to get the same or more than what I got in your own way, because that's what I feel like I'm here for, you know. And so it's like and especially as Black men, like, we got to change that narrative and that perspective of seeing somebody winning and don't want to ask them how they winning, but want to ask, well, why are they winning?
Right.
Or in a way where it's like, you
Mm.
hating. And it's like, nah, man, like, I come from the transit bus. I'm not ashamed of my struggles, my humble beginnings. You
Yeah.
know, I think about that all the time, because I feel like you only 1 foot away in my mind from where you were. You one
Exactly.
wrong decision away from having yourself back.
Preach.
So it's
Man,
like,
I'm telling you.
so we giving the game away for free. It's just when you hear it, are you in the right mindset to accept the fact that you got to make some changes if you want to get on that path towards success? And if
Right,
you're not, I respect you.
right, right. Man, yo, that's some, you, real talk right there. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that, real talk right there, man. And because, you know, with me, you know, even like when I see you, man, the posts, you know, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when you was talking earlier about that situation, I think we may was in Messenger, chopping it up around that time. Cause I think I might have shared that post in the group. I might, if you was right on that whole track field, if I ain't
Probably.
mistaken, and then you
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
something had
Yes.
just happened. I had
Yes.
just something like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like, man, we put ourselves in positions, where you have to take chances, you know. And the chances are just simply on yourself, you know. Most people, you take these chances every day, you know. When you sitting back, and you trying to get it in whatever way that you can, how come not one time, or let's not even, I don't even want to frame it that way. So I'm gonna just say, when you're doing your thing, or you're not doing your thing, and you're scrolling on your social media, and you see Taryn, you see the you baby, you know what I'm saying? And like what I was about, what I'm getting to, and you see me, you know, I see you, and I see the posts. I see you with the kids. I see you with yourself. I see you with the staff. I see you, and then I see you sharing. I see you sharing and sharing and sharing posts. And granted, salute again, because you share my posts as well. You know what I mean? But I see you sharing, and it goes back to what you were saying when you said that person that says like why, and they're saying why, but they should be saying why. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, or they're saying why, but they should be saying how, if I'm
That,
not mistaken. You know
yes,
what I mean? And
yes.
and and all of those things that they see, you know, and all those things, again, with myself, you know, we put these things out to inspire. And I see so many times where people might message me, or I should say private message me, about things that have nothing to do with anything positive or anything, and then when and the conversation, the chain will go like this. It'll be like boop 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 boop. And the moment you say that positive thing, or like, hey man, yes, that's what I'm saying. All you gotta do is da 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 da, or just give me a call on da da. I'm gonna hold you to it. Call me on Friday, because we're gonna definitely da da da. You just see it go stop. It's leave you on red right there. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get to a point, and I appreciate you, and everybody else that does it for that nature. You know what I mean? Who puts what they do out there, because for our people, for our culture, we this is what we need to see. And we're trying to overshine and overshadow that hatred. We're trying, like, that's why, like, for with me, when I post, like, that's why I post the way I post. And that's why I post with like so much conviction, and so much confidence, because I want the person on the other side that may look up to me, because guess what, it's out of all those haters, it's somebody that's saying, man, I can do that.
Right.
And that person right there, I want them to see every single time that I'm ready. Every single time that I want it, I'm hungry, and I want more and more and more and more and more. And with you everything that you post, like, you stick to. It's like with me, I post the living and dreaming at the same time. I post the crop installation repair. I say to stay branded, stay branded, stay branded. I do all those things, and you do it's the you baby. You do the drip. You don't say the stuff. That's what I'm trying to get to. You don't say it, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you show with compassion, more than like, this is how you're supposed to do it. Like, we just put it out there
Yeah.
for you to consume it,
That's
and we're
it.
asking you to consume it in a positive manner,
That's it.
and see that this is, you can become whatever it is. Look how far uh apart what you're doing and what I'm doing. And we come from the same small area.
That's
We're
right.
doing two totally, completely different things. And we can both still sit at the same Zoom conversation right now, on the same podcast right now, and still both talk a positive, successful mentality.
That's
So
right.
again, and I don't want to make this just simply about the inspiration, but I told myself that every little time I got with you on here, I wanted to interject that, because it's a lot of people don't have that drive, and a lot of people don't have that passion, or that motivation to want to become somebody. And right now, just having you on here, and the level that you're at, is, you're really something that people aspire to be. You're not like talking about it, you're not getting to that point. Like, you're someone that people aspire to be. So I'm trying hard every time to just make sure that I push that through there. Like, listen, y'all that's watching this, and that's listening to this, again, on those platforms you listening to this on, please, take the time to try to be what it is that you really want to be. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. You can be that person. Yeah.
And I would say, if anybody wanted to know, like, I guess the starter kit to any path towards success, from my perspective, is self-awareness. Like, you know, you got to consider your age, you know, how many, do you have kids? You know, are you a family person and you don't want to move too far away from your, like, you have to consider everything about yourself, you know, especially when you think about that end goal, because you got to plan it out now. And so if you don't have that proper and true self-awareness, your plan, it may be one way in the first year, but because you wasn't real with yourself when you made that plan, now you got to switch things up and may have to start over again. And so I would encourage anybody before they jump out there is to really sit themselves down in that mirror or whatever place you need to do it, and just ask yourself, what do you truly want for your life, for your kids' life, for your family life, you know, and then try to make some sound steps and surround yourself with find you some real OGs that can really, you can bounce ideas off of, because I know me and you both, we have a support system that y'all don't see, that we bounce off ideas all of the time to make sure that when we do stick with something, it's soundproof, bulletproof, and then nothing can put it off its path. But it starts with that self-awareness and understanding what you really want to become. And so for me, it's always been superintendent since 2008. And so my plan was community college, because I had already, you know, flunked 2 universities. Let me start at a community college. And I said, okay, once I got that going, now I'm gonna find a 4-year university. But I didn't wait until I graduated. I started looking after that first year of community college. So that was a part of my plan. Then I started thinking about, okay, what is the school system looking for? So I started making sure that my credits matched up my degrees and my certifications. So all this groundwork, all the recon you got to do behind the scenes before you actually can become something is critical. And so, but it starts with that self-awareness.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. And look, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up, but I got a couple questions one thing I want to ask you, and that may go somewhere, but the way how you right now, you got the drip on, you know, I'm feeling the setup, you know what I mean? Again, the top part of that, yeah, that right there. Yes, sir. So look, I said I was gonna go back in that time machine. I'm gonna go back real quick, a little bit further back to when I was a freshman, man. When I was a freshman, you was a senior, man. Y'all was a class of 2003, you know, and I was a class of 2006. And you know, when I was a freshman, I seen y'all, like, when I say y'all, because you know how 03 was.
Yeah,
you know how 03 was. Yeah. Nobody can deny that.
Yeah,
so double salute to the class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you guys were definitely packed. You know what I'm saying? Packed tight. You know, but you stayed with the Jays. You stayed with the Jays. you know I wasn't leaving without touching it, man. So let me ask you, drip now or drip then? I mean, bro, you had, listen, man, even through them UMES days.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, let's be clear. Let me just go ahead and say this, because I ain't never said it before publicly. It wasn't too many people on the shore that could touch me when it came to the sneakers. It just, you know, whatever you want to call yourself now, you can have it now. But back when it was like a real OG type of situation, you know, that was like, everybody know. And if you don't know, then ask, because that was my thing. And so, you know, the drip that I had then, I had the drip, I just didn't have no substance.
Okay.
So I was fresh. I was always gonna be the flyest, but it was little substance. So the drip now, it's more polished. There's a lot more substance. But do I think about my Jordan days? Absolutely, especially when I see them now.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. I was like, yo, I had like, I'm like, yo. So it's like I'm torn, because I love the Jordan era of my life, but like I said, it wasn't no substance. And so now it's a little bit more modern. I don't even own any more Jordans. We'll have to get into that story in part 2. I have to tell you about that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the drip now is where I'm at.
Right. Okay. So let me set up the part 2 right now on this segue, because listen, shout out, salute to my boy Woody, because we was chopping it up, talking about, you know, one of the episodes, and I was like, I got Taryn on one of the episodes, man, and we're gonna be chopping it up, and he was telling me a story, so we're gonna save that for part 2. But he was telling me a story, man, about selling Jordans.
Yeah.
Don't even say nothing else. Don't even say nothing else about that part right there, man. But listen, I want to give another salute and a double salute to all my listeners that's listening to this right now, that stuck with us to the end. This right here, we went a little bit, but it was all worth it, I feel. And I hope that the listeners, I hope all of you guys that's sitting back listening to this, riding, listening to this, working out, listening to this, whatever you're doing, I hope y'all appreciated this as well. Everybody that's watching this on YouTube, salute. Hit the like button, subscribe, man. Tell your people about me. I'm coming. This is not even the setup. I know you saw the last episode. That was in one area. This is another area. I'm still working on my other area. That's gonna be the official space. You know, I got my I got my stuff here, man. So we really gonna be rocking and rolling with this stuff when we keep going. So part 2 is gonna be even better. I'm working on trying to get the content better. I definitely want to keep the videos going along with this. Taryn, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna hit it one more time. It's the you, baby. Salute, man. I love what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Hey, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one, bro.
Salute, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.